Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today, I hope you got your vampire fangs ready because we're about to get into the Dracula. And honestly, I can't even believe that this is a real knife. We're about to check it out here together. I've seen some pictures. I've shared it a couple of times here via the community tab, but now we're seeing it here in front of us in real time. And I'm just excited to get in here so you can possibly imagine. Anytime you get one of these plastic rugged cases, you know, there's a special knife inside. I'm thinking FSEDC stands for Forever Steel. EDC, Forever Steel, is the maker of the Dracula. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Bam! Oh man, come on, man. Ooh, guys, we're in for a treat. We're absolutely in for a treat. Straightforward, there's a knife, and that's pretty much it, right? So nice and cushiony, by the way, so you know it's gonna get to you in good shape. But yeah, let's see what this thing is all about. We are, oh man, come on. Ooh, baby. Okay. First impression, right? The thing that strikes me right off the bat is this is borderline here. Work of art, almost looks like a custom knife. Doesn't even seem or look like a production knife, if I'm being honest. The uniqueness right here is through the roof. Let's just kind of sort of break it down one step at a time. For starters, you're getting a titanium integral handle here, and not only is this thing fully milled out of one piece of titanium, but it's also like different grounds, kind of like what you see on blades, like different, you know, undulations and whatnot, if that's the right word, on the handle there. Then you get to the pivot and you got this thing kind of looks like a car rim. That's looking pretty interesting there as well. Wonder if that moves. I don't see any movement there. Then we got this kind of TV dial right here. That one moves a bit. I wonder what that one is all about. Can move that one a tad bit here and there. Oh, hold on. There is some movement. It is spring loaded. Okay, might be a button lock. Is that what we're looking at? Okay, that will be interesting. And then we have, of course, the 3D printed pocket clip, which is not deep carry and also not reversible. On the other side, it's just a very clean design on the other side. It will be about that much sticking out of the pocket. But with that in mind, I mean, just check out how close that blade is to both sides of this integral handle, right? Check out the thickness. Definitely some thick scales, especially here towards the back end for sure. Love the this is an interesting, whatever hardware is holding this thing looks very similar to the front there. And I want to say it looks like this one screw here is long enough and it makes it to the other side right there. That's a very interesting decision there for your stop pin. But now that we got the 5X closer look, obviously it looks like we got thumb stud deployment here on both sides. And without further ado, if you're ready, I'm ready. Bam! Oh man, look at the look at this geometry, yo. Oh man. This is one naughty piece of blade right here. This is yeah, this is gonna be a naughty blade, no doubt about it. This thing is gonna be slicey as heck, and that recurve hawksbill geometry, oh my goodness. Now they call it the Dracula, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe the geometry, right? The Dracula fang, right? Going for the blood. But talk about a weird, quirky, interesting looking blade, right? This whole thing here feels like a flat grind. So that is a flat grind. Then you got these swedges right here. I mean, just basically millings, right? Of different angles there on the blade. Definitely adds a lot of personality. That's a switch there. But definitely unlike anything you've seen from any other knife, that's for sure. And this one can do some damage. Whatever it is you're cutting with this bad boy, absolutely this one is going to do a pretty good job. Needless to say, doing drug cuts and utility cuts with this thing for utilitarian purposes every day, you know, opening up packages and tearing down boxes in style. I mean, just look at this thing. Just gonna set it down for a second. All right, we gotta zoom out a bit because this thing got some size to it, no doubt about it. Just look at that, right? Just take a second to take it all in, and holy macaroni, is this something truly special or what? Now we got M390 steel, right? Got Dracula Forever Steel there printed on the blade. The show side is pretty clean, no billboarding. It's just kind of straight up looks like something out of Blackbeard's crate from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know, some sort of pirate maybe had a folder like this one because, you know, there's so much going on here, you know, done in such a tasteful way. Definitely got a savage feel to it, right? It looks unique, it looks interesting, unlike anything I personally have seen before. So that's very interesting. So let's go ahead and close this guy. So I'm thinking, okay, so that thing, like I said earlier, it is a button. So it looks like it's going to be a button lock, which is crazy to think, right? For this kind of blade geometry to have a button lock. It's a little bit intimidating. Now, what kind of button lock are we talking about? It is going to be a good old plunge lock button lock. So there's a cutout on the blade, so you can see, and then it's going to lock right there with that cylinder shape. Boom, just like that. And then, you know, kind of provide somewhat of a detent feel, even though there's no detent here. You're just overcoming the cylinder there for the deployment. So bam, boom. I mean, as far as fidget factor, you got a chunk of blade just swinging out on ball bearings with a tiny little button right there. Honestly, I could get used to this. Thumb deployment feels good. Let's check that reverse flick. There we go. I'm gonna do that behind the nail right there like that. Oh man, I'm moving. I'm moving like 3 pounds worth of blade. It feels like. Look at this. Bam! My finger got to go to the gym for that. And then there's the attention to detail on the thumb studs, right? You got this polished portion here. You got a little bit of a gold, you know, and then you got this sort of brown looking cross, right? Or plus sign or whatever you want to call it. It's definitely truly something different there, no doubt. Checking out the ergos on this big old mama jama right here. So this is going to be your standard grip right here. I don't think you'll want a forward choke, even though you could. Hammer grip back here just feels kind of odd just based on the handle shape. So here's where you want to be at, right? Use this curvature for your index finger. All their fingers follow suit. Now you could, there's a little bit of jimping, right? So big jimping here on the integral handle. Or you could, looks like they put this jimping right here, specifically on this curvature for your thumb like that. So that right there feels pretty solid, if you ask me. Now, if we do a little reverse grip, well, it looks like that could work there if you wanted to in a pinch. If we do a little Friday night gas station fighting grip, right, that works pretty decent as well. Picot grip, I mean, you could pull that off. So it looks like, yeah, you could do all the different grips as well, no doubt. So, and then of course, you know, there's that solid titanium in there. I want to say no milling on either side. So they kind of went for the whole bulky, overbuilt pocket tank aesthetics, right? There's no milling on this side or that side. So there's one full chunk of titanium here we're working with for sure. And it's got that, you know, fidgety action there from the button lock. So, man, I'm still looking at this thing and I don't even know what in the world. Now, I could put my thumb here if I wanted to, right? Do a long stretch like that, right? If I wanted to, that we could do that. But here's where the jimping's at. And then, of course, with the recurve geometry, you know, this thing is going to trap material. So as soon as the tip goes in, the recurve geometry, if I learn anything from Neves Knives, from my boy Jared, is that this geometry here is going to be really good at trapping material and carrying the cut. So if you're cutting cardboard, paper, whatever material you're cutting, right, this geometry right here is compared to a flat line, say something like, you know, the One Cliff straight line here on the Tri-Stash V2, which by the way is dropping very soon. I'll have a link down below so you guys can check it out. So as compared to this, or as compared to say something with a belly, right, like this PM2, the recurve geometry is going to excel at trapping material and, you know, carrying the cut deeper and deeper and further. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's absolutely going to do pretty well there. So again, still sort of processing, still trying to process what this thing is all about. Let's do some size comparisons. There is the Tri-Stash V2 right there. I don't think I have anything with the recurve laying around. Or maybe I do, right? Good old Ria Exo K right here. Haven't messed with this one here in a minute. But yeah, this one also has a pretty savage recurve blade here on that hawkbill geometry. So it's a little bit of a size comparison, if you would. Now, some of the typical ones here on the channel, there is your MSI from Microtech. Here's the stitch. As you can see, it's actually warping the stitch and the MSI in size. So it's definitely got some length to it, no doubt about it. If we want to get technical with it, we're looking at almost 9.5. Just a little bit shy, or maybe right at 9.5. That blade is going to be a whopping almost 4.25 inches, and the handle overall length is 5.5, maybe a little bit shy of 5.5 inches. So yeah, it's got the length, right, for all my big knife folks out there, right? Miguel, what the big knives at? Want to see the big knives? I got you, fam. Check out the Dracula right here. This is no joke. PM2 looking like a baby. The pair of 3 looking like a fetus, right next to this thing. That is crazy, right? Obviously, you know, hopefully you guys own some of these, so I'll give you more or less a ballpark where these land. And I am looking for aftermarket titanium, mill titanium skills for both the PM2 and pair 3. So if you got the recommendation for your most preferred brand of choice, please let me know down below. Looking to upgrade these here in the very near future. And here's the Demko 80-20.5 and the Kumbu Chat. So again, the Dracula is just a whole different beast, right? If you know what I mean. But again, links to all these down below if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. Pick one of these up for yourself. Also have content on all these knives here on the channel if you guys want to learn more. Just put the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box and you'll find those videos right away. All right, now for the moment of truth, right? So I got some, again, M390 steel. I'm doing this very carefully because that is one, again, pretty savage, wicked blade there to say the least. So M390 feels nice and sharp there, fast passes my scientific nail test. You got some paper and then a thinner and a thicker cardboard to do some cutting with, right? If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go 5X here for some extra scientific points, shall we? I mean, we're already cutting swirls out of this paper here. Gotta love a good recurve. Now, with a recurve, it's a little bit more challenging, right? When you go about sharpening a recurve blade as compared to a straight line or a belly blade. It's a little bit more challenging than those other ones, but is it worth it when it comes time to cutting? I mean, yeah, absolutely it's going to cut like a dream. Got a little bit of a tear on that one there towards the end, but you can see getting the cut all the way through. Now, you also have more cutting path because as compared to a straight line, the fact that it is curved, right, gives you a longer edge. So believe it or not, that's also a perk of a recurved edge right there. Cutting at a diagonal angle here on the thinner cardboard first. Bam, boom. Make sure I do it carefully here so I don't lose a finger. Yeah, needless to say, it went through that cardboard there like a breeze. This one's a little bit thicker, same deal. Cutting diagonally for better performance. Putting my thumb here on the gym portion. There we go. Now I'm feeling, the other thing I'm feeling is the thickness, raw thickness of the blade. If I need to get scientific with it here, guys, we're looking at a 0.19 thickness on that blade. So that is no joke. Now it's definitely got some thickness. The average in the channel is 0.12. So 0.19 is definitely quite something. The thickest portion on the handle is coming in at 0.62. It's a little bit thicker than the average 0.5 in the channel. So you know, it cuts, got the performance there, but obviously I'm feeling the just a raw girth, right, of the blade. But yeah, absolutely make some quick work out of that cardboard, right? You guys be the judge there on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest, right? You all let me know. Give her a nice little wipe right here after we're done. And again, that satin finish there looks oh so good. All right, guys, well, there you have it. Talk about a savage, weird, crazy knife right here. I always love checking out some different knives because, you know, we see the run-of-the-mill, you know, drop point blade, liner lock, what have you, all the time. Seeing something a little bit unique, a little bit different, borderline almost custom-like, you know, it's something a little refreshing, which I absolutely love. So, love to see that. This right here is looking very, very interesting. So, and, you know, it's got that very naughty, wicked geometry for sure. So that's absolutely something it's got going for it, which I'm here for all day, every day. And it's, you know, something truly special here to spice up your collection. Now, some people are going to go in the comments like, well, you know, it might cost too much, Miguel. Like, I can get so many knives for the price. And I'm like, you're absolutely right, right? This knife is not meant for everybody. It's not meant for folks who are trying to save a buck or trying to get a good deal out there or find the best budget knife. And they're also very well capable knives. I mean, we go over them all the time here on the channel. Knives are capable, they can cut well, great budget price, absolute bangers. This is a whole recipe altogether. This one is more for collectors, knife enthusiasts, people who are looking for a specific piece in their knife collection, something to spice it up a little bit. Yeah, this one's definitely going to scratch that itch, no doubt, guys. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you guys like about it? What do you love about it? So anything you dislike about it, right? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Check out this other savage knife right here to the left, or check out this video YouTube recommends to the right. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.